Absolute Restoration is giving away free faucet covers to our community while supplies last. Installing them is easy. Just slide the foam sleeve over your outdoor faucet and secure it snugly. Also remember to disconnect hoses, open cabinet doors under sinks, and let faucets drip during extreme cold. Call or text to check availability, and from our family to yours, please stay warm and protected.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I'm meteorologist Caleb Edelblut, and I'm so excited you have joined me for your evening tonight. We had a soggy overnight period last night and a very cloudy day today. Unfortunately, that's going to continue as we wrap up the weekend ahead, which brings us to our first headline as we get started with this broadcast. We see a cloudy end to our weekend. Thankfully, those conditions, they're going to start getting better tomorrow and pretty much into the work week ahead because that spring weather, it's going to be in full swing. We had the soggy overnight period last night, but now we're going to stay dry pretty much for the rest of the week ahead. Those rain chances will try to come back into your forecast almost next weekend, but for the entire work week, we're going to be talking about spring-like weather, and then potentially record-breaking highs for your Thursday. So definitely continue to stay in tune with us. It'll be fun to track out, see if that verifies. But also, we're going to be talking about those damage surveys and some videos that we have towards the end of the broadcast, kind of recapping what we experienced last night and kind of where that's going to take us going into the work week ahead. So hopefully you can stick with us throughout this broadcast. But take a look at the first 12. We are still seeing a cloudy into our Sunday and almost pretty much a cloudy start to our Monday as well. Temperatures around 54 degrees by 7 o'clock, slowly cooling off towards the low 50s once we cross into the midnight AM hours. And then we're going to start in the mid 40s tomorrow with pretty much overcast, cloudy skies above. So it's definitely going to be a cloudy start to your Monday. Thankfully, that cloud cover will start to move out for some. But take a look at that temperature change and kind of what happened last night. That cold front moved on through our area. We've had definitely a cooler day today. You can see pretty much double-digit temperature drops almost everywhere across North Mississippi. -10 out there in Houston, -11 in Euport and Bruce, 13 in Grenada, Greenwood, Belzona, and 11 pretty much along the Mississippi River for Clarksdale, Cleveland, and Greenville. Now that rainfall, we didn't really see much heavy dumpings across North Mississippi. Most of that was either further north or further south of us. But taking a look at that regional rainfall for our viewing area, pretty much around 1/2 inch in Senatobia, 1.5 inches in Tunica, almost 2 inches out there in South Haven and DeSoto County. But taking a look at that regionally across the southeast, you could definitely tell where that majority of that rainfall was, pretty much up in northeastern Arkansas and into the western portions of Tennessee, pretty much right along the Mississippi River. Even further on south where that severe weather risk was more prominent, still seeing more of that green as compared to those trace amounts here in North Mississippi. So didn't really get the brunt of it, but definitely still saw those rain showers kind of move on through. Right now, we're not tracking anything. We're talking about dry conditions for the rest of your evening and into the overnight hours ahead. We are going to stay dry, and that's going to be pretty much the common theme as we get ready for our work week ahead. And what's responsible for that cold front? Already moving on out, you can see where that rainfall is pretty much out there in Atlanta, moving on even into Florida where they've had some severe weather risk. You can see some of those blue boxes showing tornado watches being issued. But this high pressure system out there in Texas is going to continue moving on eastward towards Mississippi. That's what's going to allow us to stay dry, but also start to see more beautiful spring-like conditions stay pretty much all week long. That's what we give thanks for the high pressure system moving on in. So for those of you that enjoy warmer weather, that high pressure system going to be your best friend as we get ready for the work week ahead. Now, Futurecast is still going to show those overcast and cloudy conditions this evening. This is starting on around 6:30, just right when we end this broadcast. Still seeing those overcast, cloudy conditions. That's going to continue all night long. Even towards midnight, we're still seeing those cloudy conditions once we start off our Monday officially as far as time-wise. But there we go with that high pressure system. That's going to continue moving closer and closer to North Mississippi. And notice, once it gets closer, that cloud cover starting to diminish slightly. So even by mid-morning tomorrow, we're still going to see cloudy conditions. But thankfully, once we make it into those afternoon hours, we're going to start seeing sunnier and clearer skies above, especially the further east you go. Now, some of us, especially in the southern portions of the Delta, might see those mostly cloudy and partly cloudy conditions all day long. But for those east of I-55, you're going to start seeing brighter and sunnier conditions thanks to that high pressure system. That's pretty much all we're tracking out tomorrow, thanks to just drier conditions in store for us for our Monday. Next 24 is showing exactly that. A cloudy start to your Monday, but a warmer and sunnier finish. 45 degrees by 6 o'clock, warming up towards the low 50s by 9. Then we're getting around the low 60s by lunchtime, warming all the way up towards the upper 60s, maybe some low 70s across North Mississippi before we start seeing clearer skies by the time we are wrapping up the first day of the work week, getting ready for bed tomorrow night with temperatures in the low 50s by 9 o'clock and those mostly clear conditions above. But don't go anywhere. Want to make sure to cover what to expect for your Monday and Tuesday and pretty much what's in store for the rest of the work week. And of course, we're going to be talking about those damage surveys and show you the visual track of some tornadoes that moved on through and also some videos of showing off that damage. All that's coming up right after this break.
Save today at Room to Room's President's Day sale. 55% off furniture and mattresses, 20% off accessories,
and 24-month special financing.
The time to act is now.
Room to Room Tupelo, where we know there's no place like your home.
I have been going to Tupelo Smiles my whole life. When I was a kid, I was unhappy about some uneven coloring on my teeth after getting my braces off, which at the time there really wasn't a fix. I was recently made aware of a solution that would totally fix it, which is exactly what we did. They not only heard my concerns, but they never stopped looking to solve my problem, and that's why I love Tupelo Smiles.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Let's take a look at your evening planner as you track out and get ready for any evening overnight plans you have in store before the work week begins tomorrow. We're pretty much forecasting a cloudy into your Sunday. Temperatures around 54 degrees by 8 o'clock, cooling off towards the low 50s by 11, finally making its way into the upper 40s by 2 o'clock. So still going to be a cloudy overnight period and slowly making our way back down into the mid 40s for your lows tonight. Now, Futurecast is going to show exactly that. Cloudy conditions pretty much all across North Mississippi blanketing us, and that's going to continue for the thankfully start to see clearer skies tomorrow afternoon. Now those low temperatures, like I mentioned, pretty much in the mid 40s across North Mississippi by the time you make it into the afternoon hours. 44 degrees by the time the kids are dropped off at school, upper 50s by lunchtime, but by the time they are out of school ready to enjoy their afternoon, we're going to see beautiful conditions, pretty much upper 60s with clearer skies, so definitely going to be a good day to hang outside once they get out of school. So let's try to map and visualize that real quick on Futurecast. Still cloudy conditions by the time you start off your Monday morning, but that high pressure system, here we go, already starting to see it move on in. This is by 8:30. That high pressure system is going to continue bringing on in clearer conditions towards North Mississippi, allowing us to stay in a more stable and a dry environment across North Mississippi. We can already start to see some of those clouds pretty much disappear pretty much along Highway 45 here by lunchtime, and that's going to continue to be the trend. Now, for those in the southern portions of the Delta, y'all can see still pretty much a cloudy day all the way around, but for those east of I-55, y'all are experiencing a mostly sunny day. So going to be compared to where you are here in North Mississippi. Pretty much most of us see mostly sunny conditions. Southern portions of the Delta going to be a cloudy start to your Monday. But continuing into the afternoon hours, I see that cloud cover try to build in just a little bit, but still see those clearer conditions the further east or northeast you go into our viewing area. Now those high temperatures for tomorrow are pretty much upper 60s across North Mississippi, 69 in Columbus and Amory, 67 Boonville, Oxford, 66 in Etobicoke, and 64 out there in Clarksdale. And those fuel side values, they do an excellent job pretty much matching up with those actual temperatures outdoors. Maybe a few of us feel like slightly cooler, but hey, I know none of us will complain about that, especially with how warm and above average we are for this time of year. But of course, got to put in that pickleball planner with it being Monday, and I know that is what I'm going to want to do to kind of de-stress after my Monday morning test tomorrow. But pretty much mid-40s by the time you start off the day if you want to get out and enjoy some activities before your school or work day events. Low 60s by lunchtime, upper 60s by 3 o'clock with those clear conditions, especially further east you are into North Mississippi. Of course, you will go out there after the sunset, still beautiful and warm, upper 50s by 7 o'clock with those clear skies above. Now, this model is showing almost no cloud cover across North Mississippi, so this is not the highest resolution model that we have. What I just showed you all was the higher one with the HRRR, so still assuming that cloud cover to stay pretty much in the southern portions of the Delta, but we could see that start to move out tomorrow evening, and then we're talking about dry, clear skies pretty much for the rest of your Monday night and into your Tuesday. This is in play going all the way to Tuesday morning. We see that cloud cover try to build back in just a little bit, but notice not as thick or as prominent. These are going to be those high, thin, wispy clouds up in the atmosphere, but still, focus point is that we're staying dry as you start off your Tuesday. Pretty much going to be like that all day long. Even by lunchtime, starting to see those partly cloudy conditions return, that southerly wind bringing in that moisture from the Gulf. Thankfully, not bringing any rainfall with it. We're staying dry all day Tuesday, even into lunchtime hours. Dinner time hours. Still seeing those partly cloudy conditions all across North Mississippi, continuing to kind of increase just a little bit more as you go throughout your Tuesday night and into your Wednesday early morning hours. Now this model trying to show some green. I'm expecting us to stay dry, but even so, this is the lightest shade of green happening at 1 o'clock. I doubt any of us will realize it happened if it truly does verify, but I'm still expecting a dry overnight period Tuesday night and into your Wednesday. Now those high temperatures for your Tuesday, a little bit warmer. We're going to see a warming trend as we go about our work week, those spring-like conditions. There's a reason why I said it'll be in full swing. We just get warmer from here on out, low 70s all across the North Mississippi, 71 in Amory, Columbus, and Starkville, 72 Houston and Bruce, 70 Holly Springs, 68 in Etobicoke and South Haven, and 67 in Clarksdale, Cleveland. So definitely a beautiful day to be had for your Tuesday, especially with those feels-like values matching up perfectly. So not feeling blistering cold, blistering hot, but still be a beautiful day all across North Mississippi. So make sure you get outside, enjoy those temperatures as much as you can between school or any work breaks you have. Now, last 7 day forecast shows how dry we're staying for how long. Pretty much for the start of the work week and almost towards the end of it, we're staying dry while warming up. We're going from the upper 60s tomorrow, low 70s Tuesday, mid 70s Wednesday, and then potentially record-breaking highs for your Thursday. We're going to see some people probably reach the low 80s as well. So for us, being midway through February, that is not where we should be for this time of year. We're practically above 20 degrees where our normal high should be. We should be around 58. So Thursday definitely going to be our warmest day for the work week, but it's still going to be beautiful conditions. We're tracking out those rain chances, trying to return late Thursday night. So you could return us to 10% right around midnight into your early Friday morning hours. But those rain changes come back into the forecast Friday and Saturday, where we're tracking some rain chances, maybe even some thunderstorms. Now we still got a ways to go, especially with those models showing a much drier Saturday yesterday. Already back to those rain chances today, so we'll have to continue tracking that out all week long, and we'll make sure to keep you updated. But don't go anywhere. We're still going to be talking about those storms that pretty much moved through our area last night, especially in the southern portions of our Magnolia State and even into Louisiana and Texas. We're going to be showing you those damage surveys and some videos and photos we have of that damage that was occurred across our state. All of that's coming up right after this break.
You may see a teen struggling to find his way. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we see a teen needing the confidence and skills to land his first job. Kids today need people to see their potential and help them achieve it. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we do whatever it takes to help kids succeed. Because when we see young people, we see limitless possibilities. Do you? Join us. Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures.
¿Qué pasó? I didn't even drink that much.
Can I ask a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a dog, but she's little.
Do you have any unlocked guns around the house?
We do have a gun, but it's stored securely, locked in a safe so the kids can't access. Appreciate you asking.
Yeah, of course.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Before we get started, I'm noticing comments and some people text me saying that the audio was acting up. Are we doing a little bit better? Can y'all hear me a little bit better? Maybe my mic was rubbing against my jacket, but I think it's coming through my IFB pretty well. So hopefully we got it fixed. If not, I'll make sure to continue monitoring the comments while I continue this C block. So I'll make sure to continue monitoring that. I think it looks like y'all are saying it's a little bit better, so y'all just keep spamming the comments. I'll make sure to give it a double check as we go throughout this segment. But let's take a look at some of those damage surveys across North Mississippi and pretty much lack thereof. Before we started to look at those tracks of some tornadoes that moved through our area, to show that we did not see any of that here in our viewing area, and it was further down south, like we were mentioning yesterday. We saw this tornado track move through the southern portions of Mississippi. This is out there, and I believe it was not Pike County, just north of there, Lawrence County, I believe. I'll have to get back and double check. But kind of showing you the track of that tornado. This was the Northfield tornado that occurred February 14th. So I think it ended right around 11:58. So right before we cross into the 15th today, those peak winds around 110 miles per hour, path length around 6.8 miles, around 800 yards with. So only need one. Very good news. Definitely want to see those weaker tornadoes we've gone through. If we have to experience any, that is the good news with both of these surveys that they were both EF1 strength. So just showing that capability to the southern portions of North Mississippi. And it looks like I'm still getting some feedback. So I think I'll have to double check after this. I can make sure I can check my mic pack. But hopefully it's getting a little bit better. Hopefully my suit isn't rubbing it, but we're going to keep pushing through. I can work on that. Make sure it's better by the 10. So y'all, appreciate y'all letting me know. Is it getting worse? I don't want the audio to get worse. The audio is not matching the video. Well, looks like I'm going to have to do behind the scenes tech stuff between the 6 and the 10 between shows. So let's just power through this. I'll show you the rest of the damage surveys and hopefully some videos. We'll talk through that, and then I'll get y'all going for y'all sending.